Well, with so many people working from home during the pandemic, a big question here, can you deduct your home office expenses?
Be great, right? We were at home for a while. Be a big deduction.
Yeah.
It's one of many tricky tax questions that are new this year. KRDO News Channel 13's Jen Moynihan is live from Pikes Peak Community College with how you might be able to get free help for this unusual tax year. Jen.
Heather, Bart, doors open up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the college's free tax prep services. Now, if your household income is around $66,000 a year or less, you'll qualify for help with a very tricky tax season. Due to the pandemic, tax season will look different this year for many Coloradans.
We're seeing a lot of people's situations have changed drastically. They were, whether it's W-2s and then they were on unemployment.
The good news is your stimulus checks won't be taxed, but what if you're still waiting on yours?
Let's say they didn't get what they should have gotten, should have received. Then what will happen is you include that on your tax return under the recovery rebate credits. And so you can get the full amount of what you hadn't received yet.
When it comes to unemployment benefits, tax expert Amanda Hill says, yes, they are taxable, but be on the lookout for multiple documents too.
Here in Colorado, you're going to receive, there is a possibility that you could receive two 1099-Gs depending on which part of the extra federal unemployment that you received.
So what about people who took up side gigs to help offset financial strain? Nate Tassler, who heads Pikes Peak Community College's free tax program, says it's a common question this year.
But if you have self-employment income, you would need to do a Schedule C, and you might end up paying self-employment tax on it. And this is another place where people can be caught unaware.
And if you own a small business and took out a PPP loan?
The latest legislation that was passed in December clarified that the PPP loans are not taxable for income when they're forgiven, and that you can deduct the expenses you spent the loan on. So that was a good outcome for business owners.
Now, another big question this year, if you worked from home throughout most of the pandemic, can you deduct your home office expenses on your taxes? Unfortunately, Bart, Heather, that answer is no, experts say, unless you were self-employed. Reporting in Colorado Springs, Jen Moynihan, KRDO News Channel 13.